Hey, Stan Horacek here for PopPhoto.com, and right now I'm on Park Avenue in New York City, spending some time with Canon's new 8 to 15mm f4L fisheye zoom lens. Now, we've been getting a lot of questions about this lens. People are wondering just how wide it really is and what it looks like when you put it on a crop body. Now, we think the best way to show you that would be to actually do a little video demonstration and zoom through all the focal lengths on both a 5D Mark II and a 7D. So, just for a little reference, right now you're looking at me through a 24mm f1.4L Canon prime lens. It's on a 5D Mark II, so this is actually what 24mm looks like. It's pretty wide, but it's about to get a lot wider when we stick the fisheye on. Okay, so here I am at 15mm on the 5D Mark II. Now this probably doesn't look too crazy to you, especially if you're used to something like the 16 to 35 f2.8L or even the wide-angle kit zoom lens. But as we start zooming out, well, you'll notice that a lot more distortion comes into play. And at some point, the corners of the frame crop right off. Now, if we keep going on a full-frame camera, what you're going to notice is that this image eventually ends up circular and in the center of the frame, and it's totally surrounded by black. You'll also notice that I am absolutely tiny, or at least as tiny as I've ever been. Some people really like this circular image, some people don't like it, but it's undeniably unique and a really cool effect. But what happens when we take this lens and put it on a crop body sensor like the 7D? Let's find out. Okay, so here I am now at 15mm on the 7D. Now, even if you don't have a wide-angle lens of your own, this should look pretty familiar to you, mainly because the 1.6x crop factor on the 7D sensor makes this look like a 24 or 23mm lens, just like we started this video with. Now, if we start to zoom out, you'll see that the same distortion starts to come into the frame, and at some point, again, we lose the corners. Now, the difference is that, unlike the 5D Mark II, we can't go all the way down to where the image is a perfect circle. Now, while some people like the circular images, you're going to be pretty hard-pressed to find anyone who likes whatever this is that I'm currently standing in. So how does Canon deal with this? Well, it's actually pretty simple. They put a limiter switch on the side of the lens barrel itself, and when you flick it on, the zoom ring won't turn anymore when you get to the point where you're going to start cutting the corners off. We'll do a quick demo of that now. Okay, so here I am one more time at 15mm on the 7D. Only this time we have the limiter switch engaged on the lens. That means at some point the ring is going to actually stop turning and it's not going to let us zoom anymore no matter how much we want to. That happens on a crop sensor body, whether it be the 7D, the 60D, or even the digital Rebels at 10mm. Now if you have an APS-H body, namely the 1D Mark IV, that's going to happen around 12mm. So that's as wide as you're going to get. Anyway, I hope this has helped you sort of gain some perspective on exactly what it looks like to look through this lens. It's a really cool piece of glass. But if you want more information, you can check out our sample image gallery right here on PopPhoto.com.